Morning, guys. It's me,
Yeah, bro.
coming to you with that morning boost. So,
Moving mountains. When it comes to this, what was it? Well, I think it was Paul. Or was it James? I can't remember. But, the whole notion, I'm sure you've heard the notion about how faith without works is dead and work without faith is a tomb. So, you either have a ghost or a tomb. The tomb, the reason I think it's called, they refer to it as a tomb is because it looks nice, but there isn't really anything in there. And the faith without works is, you've got that essence there, but you're not really doing anything with it. And so, much like with ourselves, it's like those thoughts that you may have that could become a reality are good and all. Make no mistake about that. But without action, nothing is going to come of it. And I think what you have to be willing to do is move beyond how you're feeling in the moment in regards to engaging in that action, whatever it may be, and just doing. And I know that sounds maybe a little out there, and really it is, but yet it's also really in there. It's inside each and every one of us. And because I'm sure I'm sure we all have that friend or know those people who are pretty fickle, in the sense that they, based off of how they feel, they will take action. And we go through a lot of that, and we succumb to procrastination and laziness due to the fact that we know there's something we need to do, but we put it off because we just don't feel like doing it. Right there, we're allowing our emotions and how we're feeling to dictate what we're going to do. And the thing I've come to find is that the action we take is based off of it's more than a feeling. And so with that being the case, the real love and the real faith that we have to go forward and embrace the uncertainty in life is not this fleeting, fickle thing, but it's this thing that is beyond that. So you go beyond the feeling of, oh, I don't want to do this. You just focus on the act that is needing to occur itself. And I think that can be some powerful stuff, friends. I think that can be, I think that can be where we need to be. Because, for instance, when it comes to stuff like this, doing these videos, or getting involved in my, helping foster my spiritual, my benevolent Wolfpack, there's times where I don't want to do it, or I feel like I'm not really feeling it, or things like that, and I get caught up in that. But to be able to say, I'll be more focused on what needs to happen, and then doing it, because by that you're training your mind to attack those issues, to take on whatever it is that you're taking on, and so that you don't shirk away from it nearly as much. You're more focused on doing it, and the feeling tends to come, the feeling of joy and happiness does tend to come when you're in alignment with that. So that's the reassuring part. I'm not about that whole fake it till you make it, because it seems that makes it come across as like you're faking your joy with it. And it's not about putting on a fake smile and bearing and grinning it necessarily. It's about moving, I guess, I'm going to say out of alignment with how you feel, but not necessarily not feeling like you need to directly have what you're doing correspond with how you feel specifically. And where you may think, oh man, I just don't have that capacity to be like that. Well, do you not do plenty of things that you don't feel like doing? You wake up in the morning, maybe you have a job you don't entirely care to go to every day, but you still go. You still work out potentially. You still do plenty of things that you feel like you don't want to do, because I think that's where a real love in a relationship is. I think that's where the real I think that's where the real longevity of a relationship is had, because when people just only want to do stuff when they feel like it, then that really that doesn't convey the true sense of love. That true sense of love is based off of that. And I mean, I forgot to tie in for this headline. I was gonna say that back when what was it, when that you've got that fleeting and fickle love that doesn't accomplish anything, but that foundation of faith that can move mountains. Man, I feel like I botched it. See, here we go. Boom. Who knows? We may. If you've gotten this far, well, thank you. You saw how it all tied together, and it does. I mean, you can move mountains, and when you recognize that when Jesus says mountains, if you think about it, you're not in a sense you are literally moving mountains, because everything in this world is an idea. It's an essence of an idea. You're an idea. I'm an idea. We're all these. Everything you see is an idea. If you look at life in that way, then that mountain is a mountain of an idea, and that willingness can shape. I mean, it can literally shift that mountain into a peaceful valley to walk through. No more, because you're not focused on the lack of, oh my gosh, I don't have this feeling. You're not focused on the impossible. You're not like, man, how am I ever going to do this? This is impossible. No, you're focused on, what do you need to do? What are you setting out to do? And then you do it, and you commit to that. And I think when you go forward in that direction, and it takes time, because much of this garbage and what have you, with the internal garbage that we have that we need to sort out, there's a lot of it, years and years of buildup. I myself am having to work through it, but it's not that you need to be perfect to be able to, get going along your way. You don't have to be great to start, but if you want to be great, you do have to start. I think there was a better way of saying that, but you get the point. And so that's the thing. It's not, in fact, sometimes having those limitations, having those struggles, help us be more relatable and help us be more understanding of the very people whom we are sent to help. So like me being in the military and what have you, is helped me be able to better understand this certain sort of raw grit of life that you see within the military culture, and being able to really, because really all it is it's an outcry of what also is going on in the rest of society, because the society the military brings in society and also a lot of the problems. If anything, it has a tendency of exasperating them, so you kind of get like a supercharged experience in some regards. So like if you had an alcohol problem, it gets amplified potentially, or if you had some sort of other issue, it can become amplified. But I digress. So it's just one of those things, friends, where don't feel like because you don't have it all figured out that should keep you from setting out to do whatever it is that you do. There is a calling. The Holy Spirit calls you to more. He's calling you every moment to be more, to rise spiritually in your awareness of who you always were. And so when we, give into that call, when we submit to the universe, as it were, embracing it, letting it permeate us and fill us entirely with that answering of the call, I feel like you'll find that it really can help set you forward in the right kind of way. Because you're more focused on what needs to be done and not how you feel about what needs to be done. And I think you'll be a lot more effective, because then you'll start to realize, you'll gain a sense of confidence and realize, oh, I can do this. I'm learning. This is great. You'll start to experience that joy of God. And so that can be a very comforting thought. So I wanted to hear, as I think we've been going on for a good minute, but I hope this has helped. I hope this has blessed you. If it has in any sort of way, give it a like, give it a comment below, something maybe that you're trying to work through as far as working out the kinks and being able to just do what you're trying to do, and maybe what those, or maybe some success stories that you've had, and when you've been able to just kind of shut off the feelings and go forward and do what needs to be done. Whatever it may be, let me know in the comments below. Share this. Let me know what you feel. Yeah, share the love, friends. It surely needs it. It takes like 5 seconds. So we will end it there. And from here at the Wolfpack, we surely wish you well. Peace, friends.